Welcome back to Learning How. Today we're learning about Kehinde Wiley. Wiley was born on February 28, 1977. He was born in Los Angeles, California. His father was from Nigeria and his mother was an African American. Wiley has a twin brother. And so when Wiley was a child, his mother wanted his brother and himself to stay off the streets, so she supported their passion for art. She enrolled them in an after-school art class. At the age of 11, Wiley and his brother were selected with 48 other children, to be able to spend a short time at an art conservatory in Russia. It was just outside of St. Petersburg. And so this is where Wiley developed a passion for portraiture. So like we just mentioned, that Wiley was, he had an African-American mother and his father was from Nigeria. Actually, his father was in America on a student visa, and once his studies were completed, he actually went back to Nigeria, which left Wiley's mother with 6 children that she ended up raising herself. And so the family actually survived on welfare checks and a limited income that his mother received from her thrift store. That was really just it was like a sidewalk that she would sell stuff from outside their home. And so, but on October of 2017, it was announced that Wiley was chosen by Barack Obama, one of our former presidents, to paint the official portrait of the former president to appear in the Smithsonian National Portrait Gallery. It's called the America's Presidents Exhibition. And so is along Amy Shields. Remember, we just studied her. She's the one who did Michelle Obama's her portrait for this special piece. So this is just really exciting because they both were the first Black artists to paint the American presidents. And so it's such a cool thing that we get to study them. This portrait took him over 2 years from the time that it was first commissioned until it was unveiled on February 12, 2018 in the Smithsonian Natural Portrait Gallery. So it took 2 years for him to make this. But if you compared his portrait of Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama's, to other former presidents, it's very different, very, very different. And so a lot of the other presidents, they show the person they're drawing as a very realistic person, a representation of them. But this one's just different. We're going to take a peek at it in a second. It actually Wiley depicts Obama just casually seated on a chair that seems to be floating among some foliage. So take a look at it and see how it looks. As you can see, it's very different from just a normal portrait that most presidents have commissioned, but it's very interesting. It's different, and which is very cool to Wiley's style. And so the picture that we're going to really study in depth for this class is called Conspicuous Fraud Series Number 1. And there's such a great story behind this. And so Wiley found a crumpled up mugshot that was released by the New York Police Department of this individual who was being found of some crime, and they had this picture with his basic information printed out, just hope that maybe somebody can give information about this person or hopefully help locate him for the police department. And so Wiley found this mugshot just crumpled up on the ground. He picked it up, put it in his pocket, kind of held on to it. And so later, he took this mugshot and he created this awesome piece of art from it. So he took what was a normal portraiture, like of a person at the time, that the one that he would study when he was in St. Petersburg, of like, just think of these old classic type ones, like the one that we're going to be looking at. It's Napoleon's horse. It's like Napoleon getting ready to ride off into battle, that he had commissioned to make him look grand and really like regal and very manly, brave, heroic, these great adjectives. And so, but Wiley took where it would have been Napoleon's face, and instead he put this man who's accused of a crime they got the picture of the mugshot and put it on there. So now he said that he found that the mugshot was fascinating and that influenced his way of art. That when he found the mugshot on the street, it altered his view of what a portraiture could be. And that it also solidified his feelings about the portrait of Black men in the world. And he said that he saw that there was something just lacking, and he turned his background of classical painting into something that compared to like a New York type portraiture, a new type of one, ones that he could study from the 18th century. So it took something that he had his old inspiration into something new. But also he wanted to see like how Black men were being portrayed. So he's like, I don't want this man to be portrayed as a potential criminal. That way the police department's having this picture printed out. He's like, I want to portray him as some heroic hero getting ready to ride off into battle. So it's just really just kind of taking this image of this person and then kind of just flipping it around to change a different conversation piece about it. So was this person guilty of this crime? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But obviously the police had valid reasons for wanting this person to be located to gain information. But it's just interesting that Mr. Wiley took this type of picture and then changed it into some sort of, it looks like a classical piece of picture. So you're going to take a look at it and just see how he changed the way this gentleman was perceived. So today for Learning How, we're going to make our own modern portraitures of yourself. So I took this classic picture that you can see, it's the horse. Napoleon is getting ready to ride off into battle to be a heroic hero. And so I printed out the picture, but as you can see in here, who is that character? That's Josiah. So I printed off a picture for each of you that it's your face, that you get to glue your face where Napoleon's face would have been. And so you are going to then, we're going to have to cut the horse out. And then, because the element of design that we're studying is pattern. So you can notice in Mr. Wiley's art, he was very big in for the background being a pattern. So we have a whole bunch of this type of scrapbook paper. So you get to select what type of background you want. So you're going to take your first picture and you're going to cut it out. And then you're going to be able to glue it onto some of this paper. And then we're going to trim it down to be able to put in a picture frame. And then you can design a pattern around to decorate your picture frame. So you're going to be able to have your own portraiture that you get to keep at your house. One little note that as you're cutting your horse out, there's a lot of like little places here. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to kind of give a general, just go around. You don't have to get every last go in between the legs. That's too hard. That's a lot of precise work. You might actually cut a leg off. So just go around and he'll be perfectly cut out. Here is what it looks like. Josiah getting ready to ride off into battle. And now I get to decorate the outside of my frame. So I'll do that on my own later. So we will see you next week. Have a great week and enjoy.